Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good Tuesday morning. Eddie William Sellers coming to you from the confines of his little dining room here in East Point, Georgia, with the Morning Post this morning about aging out. Dolly's husband, Carl Dean, died yesterday. He was 82. 82 seems a good age to die. It is a long life to have lived 80-something years upon this earth. The early 80s seems a good age to check out of here and to head back home, although some linger and linger and linger. Going from 60 to 80 are the fastest years of life. You go from 60 to 80 before you can walk through a Buc-ee's a couple of times. Time becomes some kind of weird illusion during these decades. I am nearly halfway to 80. I turned 70 in September. The 60s were the fastest decade of my life. Dolly will soon age out. So will Jane Fonda and a host of others. And so will I. And so will you at some point. It seems silly sometimes when you think about fret and worry about things and to try to make something better and right and to get hung up on all these little things going through life, when a lot of us are aging out and will be out of here before we know it. In the words of the great Disney prophetess, let it go. We got to watch Dolly and Carl's life go by quickly. It reminds us that our lives are flying by quickly also. My aunts had me to lie to Granny Bratcher to get her out of the house on that Saturday morning. They were all going to throw her a surprise birthday party at her house. She was turning 83. I forget what kind of lying kooky story I came up with to get her out of the house and in my car and for me and her just to go off somewhere for an hour while they got the house all ready and people came and was hiding inside. And her daughter Carol had come down from out of state to surprise her at her birthday party. As we pulled up and got out of the car, I noticed she was unsteady. I grabbed her by the arm. I saw her face drop, and I started hollering for the people hiding inside to help me. I felt like I was going to drop her. I was trying to hold her up. Granny was having a stroke. She died a few days later in Georgia Baptist Hospital. What a precious, when I look back on her life, what a precious, sweet, sweet lady she was. It was weird how our relationship changed over the years. Over most of my life, she was my rock, a spiritual giant in my eyes. In her latter years, I became her rock, her spiritual giant in her eyes. She would call me for me to come by and lay hands on her for prayer. She had confidence in me. Older people need the younger people in their family to be there for them as they age out. She was 83. My Granny Sellers was 90. Most of my aunts were in their 70s or younger. My Aunt Carol was in her 80s. My peer group is now between the 60s and 70s, with the 80s approaching from around the corner, like a train coming around that bend. I don't think my granny looked forward to dying. I don't think no one does. She would always say, I'd like to be here when the Lord returns. I think that was just code for I don't want to die. Maybe none of us do. Oprah is also in that group that is aging out. And Whoopi. Look at all of us living long lives, enjoying things in ways we never have before. I told Kathy when she had breast cancer a year ago that you can't leave now. Life is just getting to the good part. Carl left when it was just getting to the good part. Don't we all just love Dolly? What a treasure she has been to the world. And as they say in the South, she is a tough old girl. Good Tuesday morning, sweet people. Watch out for that train. It could be coming around the bend. Love y'all.